Siemaneczko, witajcie w kolejnym odcinku. Ostatnio poznaliśmy Angarów. Zaczynamy teraz. Aha. Trochę te małe przycięcie na razie, chyba że teraz będzie ok.
Trade. Are you asking or telling? Wondering. Do you exchange goods and services? How does your economy work?
Używamy pieniądze.
Currency called credits. Abstract wealth. The cat offered gifts, made odd bargains, never traded. What are your credits worth? What can we do with them? You pay them to us for whatever we're selling. Now we cut open the heart. What do you offer?
Możemy negocjować, o.
What do you want? Your ship? Not for sale.
Co?
Worth a try. Is there something else I can do for you?
Statek.
Call me Soka. I run cargo between Aya and other worlds. Good work. Good effort.
Zabawny.
You're here to help my people.
Wysoka.
Prove it. I need help. One of my suppliers off-world stopped checking in. Has things I need. There could be trouble.
Jeden z moich dostawców spoza planety przestał się do mnie odzywać. Pomogę ci. Nie będę pytał o szczegóły.
You have a ship. I have my supplier's nothing. His name is Colin. Find him,
Okay.
his supplies. Come back and prove you're helpful. Then maybe we'll trade.
Dobra. Obecnie będziemy gdzieś w tym kierunku, tak? No teraz domyślam się... O, Phoebe tajny projekt. No, że będziemy mieli tak zagadane teraz. Gier. Ona.
I was hoping to get a chance to speak with you. You left your home to cross dark space. Is it true you can never...
To nie są rogi, tylko takie zdrobienie skórne, tak? Źle co nie, tak?
Why did you do it?
Żeby spotkać takie sadaki.
To meet someone like you. Looks like it already paid off.
Are all humans as quick with words?
You'll have to find out.
I suppose I will.
Skąd nie wiedzą, jak my się nazywamy?
Do I get to know your name?
Oh, of course. I'm Hejka Jaal, curator for the repository of history. We study relics of our past, try to piece together what we lost in the Scourge. And the truth is, there was something I wanted to talk to you about. Pathfinder, how much do you know about our history?
Słabo.
I still have a lot to learn.
Centuries ago, the Scourge targeted my people. Our ships were the first to go dark. Many of those ships went down over Havarl. The wilds of that
Dziwne, że się
filled
posługują
with history.
w ten sam sposób językiem jak my, nie? W ogóle.
Contacted me with a new nav point of an intact crash site. A huge opportunity. But with Remnant patrolling the area, we can't get close enough. Not like you can.
How do you know about me and the Remnant?
I have friends in the Resistance. They heard your conversation with Ephra. I know it's a lot to ask, but you have a ship and the means to get past the Remnant. Without your help, I'm stuck.
Chętnie pomogę, też nie będę pytał.
Trusting your history with an outsider?
I know what people say about you, but I don't agree. I think you're here to help.
I am.
Now's your chance to prove it. You want to earn Aya's respect, right? Recovering our past will go a long way.
Chętnie zobaczę.
I've always wanted to give technology a try.
Oh, I was hoping you'd say that. If you find anything, I'll be here. Thank you, Pathfinder.
Okej. W ogóle ich... jak to nazwać? Planeta nazywa się AI. Jak sztuczna inteligencja po angielsku. Artificial Intelligence, nie? A tu jest ten bossem. Z tym chyba będziemy szli. Odzyskanie wstępu.
When am I allowed to visit the city again?
That's not for me to decide.
Who will? Your boss? Or Ephra?
Governor Shai has jurisdiction over Aya. She will authorize your entrance if you earn Ephra's trust. You spoke with Soka and Rayla. Help them, and you may help yourself. The Ket swayed us with words. Now we judge outsiders by their actions.
Okej. Planety
What can you
Angarów.
tell me about your other worlds?
Life on them is hard. The people harder. Every day is a struggle to survive.
Why not bring everyone here?
We will not abandon any more worlds to the Ket. And Aya cannot support all of us.
Okej.
Sounded like you and
Jaal.
Jaal know each other.
Our families are related.
Jaal, okej.
You sound nothing alike.
We have multiple worlds. Our culture is complex.
I'd like to know more.
Earn our trust and maybe you will.
Jeszcze
You
w
don't just
praca.
stand here waiting to answer my questions, right?
I assist the governor in all matters. While you're here, this is my priority.
Pretty far outside your normal job, huh?
I did not begin this day expecting to speak with it. You.
Nice save.
To jednym z obcych chciałem powiedzieć.
Thanks
Okej.
for your time, Andrew.
Of course.
Ryder, ship's fixed up and ready to fly.
Okej.
Your ship is... We have nothing like it.
Wait till you see the inside.
It gets better.
Oh yeah.
Tak.
You ready to go?
Tak.
I'll introduce you to the rest of my crew.
Czyli mamy Angara na pokładzie. Trzeba w ogóle zmienić tę drużynę, bo ciągle to są drużyną wchodzimy na misję. Teraz będą angarowskie sprawy, to myślę, że warto, żeby Jaal z nami chodził, ten Angar. To zrobił właśnie misję dla tego terenu, żeby zdobyć zaufanie. I przede wszystkim dla
I'm just
Efry, nie?
saying, as far as first contact goes, at least that went better than the last one.
Only slightly.
Yeah, what happened? I wanted to look around.
And now we have another mouth to feed, whatever he is.
Do the translators not work?
They work.
Spróbujmy grzecznie. Skupcie się,
I know
proszę.
we're improvising as we go, but let's remember that there is Pathfinder team protocol.
Don't think I got that handbook. Ryder, we followed our best lead here, and now we don't even have that.
Jaal has offered to do what he can to help us access the vault on Aya.
How do we do that when we're leaving the planet it's on?
That's a fair point. Jaal?
Seriously?
Settle down. Ryder's right. There's an Angara right here. Let's hear from the new guy.
Ciekawe.
One day, about 80 years ago, the
80 lat temu.
arrived in Helios, and the horror began.
They declared war?
Nothing so easy to define or fight.
The Ket kidnap Angara. Their people disappear without a trace. What if they were us?
Sure, I'll fight Ket all day long, but that's no plan.
I agree. We need to get into that vault, Ryder. Surprisingly, I'm with PB. Our own mission has to take priority.
We have a plan. Kind of. Pretty solid. Jaal?
The resistance is stretched thin. I was tasked with traveling to two of our worlds at our briefing this morning. And you accompany me.
Because
Because then Ephra will see you as trustworthy. You want that?
Jaal's told me about
No
these
tak.
two worlds. Havarl and Vol.
Before the Scourge disaster, Vold was a thriving planet of billions. A shining center of technology and life.
And now?
It's the center of our ground war against the Ket. Our resistance base is fighting Ket Command for control of the planet.
What about the other?
Aval is the birthplace of the Angara.
O,
It's started to degrade, to become wild and dangerous. We suspect a remnant.
Now we're talking.
porzucony.
We've recently lost contact with our scientists. Still don't get how any of this helps us.
I do. Help us, or rather help me, and I'll vouch for you, right? Because Jaal wants inside Aya's vault too.
Pathfinder, it's your call.
Dzięki.
Okay. Yes. I appreciate the vote of confidence.
Maybe more like optimism. Confidence? You'll get there.
Jaal, give Callow the nav points for both planets. Let's do this.
Mhm. Pełny skład już. To ciekawe. Opcje priorytetowe. A ja. Okej. Ja to się zastanawiam. Dobra, to sobie przerzucę. Co mu zacząłem? Chciałem pogadać tutaj w tym odcinku, tak sobie myślę. Aha, tu nie ma kory. Trochę z tych rzeczy chyba... O! Sprzedać cały złom. Mhm. Dobra, na razie nic tutaj nie zmieniam. Stacje badawcze to może wracamy z lekcji.
So we have a stowaway.
You mean PB?
She's decided to set up in one of the escape pods. You don't need a psychologist to tell you that one's got commitment issues.
Przejść z
How long have
Harrym.
you and Harry been friends?
I remember when he didn't complain about arthritis. We met at a medical convention on the Citadel. He was moderating a panel on neurosurgery in low-gravity environments. His name card was crooked, but he was so damn confident, I knew we'd be friends.
I need to talk to
Fragmenty
you
pamięci.
about something private.
Of course. That's what I'm here for.
When Dad died, he blocked off parts of Sam's memory, things he didn't want me to see.
Or he thought you weren't ready for.
Maybe. I found this trigger. It unlocked a memory fragment of Dad on the Citadel, from when the Alliance rejected his ideas about AI, and he found out Mom's illness was terminal.
Why do you think your father chose this specific memory?
It
Odwrotny.
was where his journey to Andromeda really began.
Those events started your family down a new path.
Yeah. Thanks, Lexi. Feels good to talk about this. How do you think
Morale
the crew's
załogi.
holding up?
I'm happy to share what I can without violating patient confidentiality. Anyone in particular? I sort them in their files and my brain by species.
Tu tylko
How do you
załoga.
think the human crew members are handling things?
There's a lot of them.
Kora.
How's Cora doing?
She's processing. Your father was her mentor. She expected to follow in his footsteps, but he gave the role of Pathfinder to you. Just because she trusts his judgment doesn't mean she's not confused. Or hurt.
Jaal.
Gil likes to use humor as a defensive
Jaal,
technique.
okej.
He'd rather bury himself in the Nomad than tackle emotions head-on.
Suwie.
Okay.
Suvi's strong sense of faith keeps her grounded. I'm not spiritual, but there's a beauty in how her mind rationalizes religion and science.
How's Liam?
Liam.
A handful.
Liam.
Every time I patch him up, he breaks something new. Liam's we can't lose attitude is commendable. But I worry how he'll react when something does go wrong.
I'd like to check
Rasy.
in on the non-human crew.
Ask away.
Phoebe.
Is PB all right?
She's avoiding me. Probably thinks I'll poke her with a needle if she gets too close.
To be fair, you're always giving me shots.
Not in the hallway.
Tell me about Vetra.
Vetra's used to having someone depend on her. I think that's why she's so resourceful and likes providing for other people. That being said, I think she could use a little me time.
How's our Solarian?
He's quite the gossip. Tight-lipped about himself, though.
Is Drac good?
That old bastard's always good. I've never met anyone who can be so stubborn and so appreciative. Could you look out for him, Ryder?
Nie potrzebuje mnie.
You'd think so.
Is Jaal doing
Chyba się w nim zakochałem.
He's
Nie
adjusting.
wiem.
The rest of us have at least some understanding of each other's cultures. But to Jaal, we're all outsiders. It's a lot to take in. I'd say he's doing pretty well.
Thanks for the insight.
Wybór kariery.
My mum was a dancer on
Te
Omega.
wywiadziki
Dad was a
robimy.
bouncer. I'd patch him up after busy nights. Discovered I had steady hands. They put every credit they earned into my education.
Are they here in Helios?
No. Both died in a turf war. Made leaving the Milky Way behind easier.
So how did a sorry doctor end up on the human ark?
Specialist in alien anatomy, remember? That includes humans. Also, Harry insisted. Maybe he always intended to switch jobs.
I'll let you get back to it.
I'll be here if you need me.
Okej. Może tu ktoś jeszcze ma swoją? Liam to powinien mieć chyba.
Jaal.
A, jest Jaal tu. Okej.
We haven't had a chance to talk alone. You comfortable in here?
I took it. It feels strange to stay with the others. You are aliens.
No one on
Toleruję.
my ship thinks that way. We're a team.
Oh, I was
Właśnie.
talking about my discomfort with your living arrangements, not about any prejudice.
Aha.
I am an alien. We are all strangers. Perhaps then, if we're all aliens, it's about what kind of alien we are.
You had no idea about us, but you signed up to help us anyway.
Perhaps it had nothing to do with you.
Care to elaborate?
I do not.
How do you know Moshe Sefa?
She's our greatest mind on the Remnant. I was his student.
You studied the Remnant too?
O.
A little. I was terrible. I quit. Or she threw me out. One of those. We're still very close.
So, is that your rifle?
It is now. It's Ket. With my own modifications. I like to tinker. Get my hands on something and take it apart.
That's a skill I know we can use. But I have one request. Please don't take apart my ship.
You're right. I signed up. Volunteered for this. It's exciting. There's
No.
something unique about you. Uneasy, raw, but somehow profound.
Face value, that sounds like a compliment. A nice one.
It is. Angara feel deeply. We have more trouble hiding our emotions than showing them. I should get back to my work.
Jesteś interesujący.
I'd love to watch your work.
Sure. I could show everyone.
No. Just us. So we can get to know each other better? Or just share a hobby?
Oh, of course.
Good. Good.
Czemu on tak biegnie? Można nim jeszcze pogadać? Nie wiem, można.
Yes?
ty?
your story, Jaal? Tell me about yourself.
Why?
Well, why wouldn't you? You hiding something?
Maybe. That would only make sense.
I was
No,
born on the
ważne.
third planet of the solar system's Milky Way.
That's interesting. Thank you. That's enough. Until we've established a better trust with each other.
No dobra. Mhm. Nic z tym nie mogę zrobić, nie? O, jest tutaj Phoebe.
You again. Want to hear more about my childhood log cabin?
Twój obecny
Really won't tell me
projekt.
what you're working on.
Mówię takie...
That's right. Next question.
Aha.
So how do you like the team?
Interesting bunch. I get a good feeling from Petra. Not your typical military-minded Turian. Liam seems a lively one. I expect he'll surprise me. Drek is, well, old. Wonder if he can still learn new tricks. And Jaal. That book hasn't even been written yet, has it? Exciting.
What about...
Gil's max of complication. Might take some unraveling. Cal and Suvi seem busy. I hope they aren't all work, work, work. Who's that?
Well, there's...
Oh, right, Cora. What's her deal? Is she as prim and proper as she comes across?
Z
She's exactly
profesjonalistką.
what she should be. Capable, reliable. She's a valuable part of my team.
Sure, sure.
Mhm.
That comes across too.
There's also Lexi, our doctor. She's an Asari.
Oh, I'll get around to her. All in all, seems like a decent bunch.
What was it like for you?
Nexus.
Well, I wasn't supposed to be woken up yet. A resourceful accomplice finagled my early thaw. So I kind of lived off the grid. Snuck around, bullshitted my way onto excursions off station. After I found my first remnant ruin, I started, borrowing shuttles. After that, I didn't spend much time on the Nexus. I even missed most of the revolt.
Flirtowanie? Co to?
Do to get you to flirt with them?
Not much at all. But I get a little extra jolt when I'm matched wink for wink. So just be yourself and the flirts will flow.
You mentioned you came to
Okay.
Andromeda with someone.
Nothing gets by you. Guess that's why you're the Pathfinder. Just a friend. The one who woke me up early. But now she's not even that. It's better to venture into the unknown without restraints or entanglements. Don't you think?
Może jak samotne.
Don't forget loved ones make all the effort worthwhile.
I've always been self-motivated. Don't need much more than curiosity to drive me forward.
Porzucenie jeszcze na sam koniec.
Are you kidding? It's evidence of a sophisticated species no one knows anything about. It doesn't get more intriguing than that. There's so much to
Jakbym słyszał
discover.
Liarę.
I want to be the first to figure them out. And the tech, it's on a different scale. If we can appropriate it, who knows what advances we'll make.
Okej, dam ci spokój.
Good luck with your project.
Thanks. Don't be a stranger.
Jill tu jest?
Pathfinder making the rounds.
Gil.
Slumming it, huh?
Tak.
Want to see how the riffraff are making out?
Hey, it's
Co?
a dirty job. Are you the riffraff spokesman?
King, actually. You might want to bow. Otherwise, no telling what might fall off the Nomad when you're out there.
I'll take my chances. Just want to see how things are going with the ship.
That little stunt into the Scourge tested a few of my improvements. Happy to say they held up. It just feels good to be stretching our wings, you know? Locked in idle too long, you start to drift. People, same as ships. Stuck on the Nexus, gotta say, I was regretting joining the Initiative.
Kiedy na nas usłyszałem, zauważyć, że wstąpiłem.
I doubt you're
Tylko
the
ty.
only one.
Yes, but it's a new thing for me, regret. I tend to live the way I work. Kind of feel it, do it. Not a lot of close ties, no real sense of purpose. Figured maybe I'd find my true calling in Andromeda. Then I got here and, oops, I just made a decision there's no turning back from. I was going nuts on that station. You can't know how jazzed I was when you showed up.
Pomogę ci znaleźć ten...
Eventually the galaxy. If your purpose is here, we'll find it.
Then the question will be, what will I do with it? In the meantime, you just keep pointing this ship wherever you want it to go, and I'll make sure she can get there. Deal?
Deal.
Okej.
Long time no chat. What's up?
Seems like you have
Pewno.
Well, veteran Suvi are my girls. Get along well. Lots of mutual respect. PB's a real spark plug. I like her, but she's exhausting. And Drax's my kind of guy. Brash. Takes no shit. As far as your Hyperion peeps go, Doc's kind of nosy. Liam's good for a laugh or two. Cora, she's a bit by the book for me.
by the book keeps us alive.
Potrzebujemy tego, to...
Hey, variety's the spice of life, right? Different strokes makes for healthy debate.
What about Callow?
He's a pilot.
Which means
He flies the ship.
we're leaving it at that then?
Doesn't Pathfinder know what to do with a dead end?
No, tym peściowno się
Keep
rozgada.
the Scourge damage under control?
Never seen anything like the Scourge. What it does to our tech. It's keeping me on my toes. But that's when I do my best work. In a way, I guess I'm grateful.
Well, you're welcome.
Don't do me any favors. Don't worry, Ryder. You're in good hands.
What's your soul?
Przyjaciele.
I'm good for a laugh, so I know lots of people, but I don't let too many in. My one true friend is stationed on the Nexus. She's the only piece of the Milky Way I brought with me. The more you and I get to know each other, the more you'll probably hear about her.
How tough was it on the
Okay.
Nexus all those months?
Have you ever eaten overcooked space cow tongue?
Yes,
Nie.
I have.
Well, let me tell you, it's tough. Wondering if you died from a critical malfunction, or maybe starvation. Imagining which would be worse. But hey, you could always take a break from the fear and boredom to dwell on being a part of the biggest failure in galactic history. Maybe even participate in a revolt.
What was your take on that?
I didn't place any bets, if that's what you're asking. Truth is, I don't think anyone made out particularly well. Whatever side you're on, you die a little when your brother, your teammate, becomes an enemy. We traveled all this way, all hope and wonder, and we end up fighting with each other over scraps. It's sad.
Good talking to you, Gil.
Niestety. Dobra. Ja zejdę piętro niżej. Tutaj chyba Kora jest. Tak.
Arrogant son of a bitch. Maybe that's redundant for a cat.
It's damned lucky there was a path through the Scourge right there.
Yeah, we
Właśnie.
can't count on ever being that lucky again. So, what else is new?
To pytajmy o
You
tę
were in the
resztę.
Alliance before you became a huntress, right? What made you join up?
My biotics. I was still living on my parents' cargo freighter when they manifested. Untrained biotic power on a starship means accidents, but we couldn't afford a tutor. The Alliance had implants, the training, everything. Old history now. Your turn. Remind me why you came to Andromeda.
I spent years watching pioneers go through the Arcturus mass relays. Off to glory, while I stayed behind. Then Dad's career collapsed. His AI research made him too toxic.
I heard. Must have changed everything for your family.
We needed to start
Musimy żyć od nowa, tak.
or as together as we could. So, Andromeda.
None of you writers ever think small, do you?
How's the search for the
Sorry.
Asari Ark going?
Nothing new. Let's stay optimistic.
Any more
Okej, i
command
wojna
war stories?
powieści.
Always liked Janae. She was only 200, and with me around, she wasn't the kid anymore. She was a biotic protege. I once saw her yank an AA gun right off its housing. Crushed a gang of slavers with it.
Ouch.
They didn't feel it for long. Janae was a good friend. Maybe she still is back there. Won't be a kid now, though.
Jeszcze ma?
Commando war stories?
Not just now. I'll try to remember a good one.
How's the search for the Astari Ark going?
Nothing new. Let's stay optimistic.
See you
Dobra.
later, Cora.
I'll be here.
Kora. Jesteśmy tu, Kora tu, Vedra tu, Lion tu, Drag i Sam. Czyli gdzieś tutaj do tyłu teraz trzeba pójść. Okej.
Pathfinder, help me with something. I know, not exactly standard. Gotta make the space comfortable. Plus, the fabric reduces the charge from an overclocked Omni blade. Not giving up a 6% boost, right?
6% wydajności. Znaczy tylko lampę.
Andromeda?
It was new when we left. It's been a hard year. So, finally time for that beer? And after 2 years of suspensions, I took a lateral promotion out of the force. Being a cop just didn't fit. But crisis response? Digging people out of trouble? That worked. I bet Hustle followed you into a few peace actions. Think about your line stays much?
Czym była zmora?
Tell me about your group.
Heavy urban search terrain 1. Earth's contribution to a multi-species disaster response unit. HUST-1, but Hustle looks much better on the patch. All civilians, retired vets,
No,
or shits like me.
domyślam się.
I was fiercely bearded. Tastes bad just thinking about those days.
I wanted
Brakuje.
adventure and mystery at the edge of known space. There was so much to see. Seems like a long time ago.
600 years, give or take. So, Pathfinder. Why Andromeda?
That blunt, huh?
That blunt.
No, powiem tak, będzie miło.
Like this with people like you.
Ah, sorry. Guys aren't my thing. But good to know I'm universal. Still an
O mnie to
ox.
chodziło.
Something far from home. I get it.
Back at you, Costa. Why'd you come?
I want to say I'm running from my past, but really running from myself. That'd be a great story.
Nie to chciałem powiedzieć.
I had family, friends, a good enough job. Nothing was wrong. I just heard about the initiative and I believed in it. I believed in a new beginning. Still do. I have to. We're in it.
If it all goes wrong,
No, patrz pod
it could feel
presją.
like we left for no reason.
I know why I'm here. A bad start can't change that. I won't let it. In crisis response, I'd focus on essentials. That's you and this team. Pathfinder leads to planets, leads to people. You've got your part covered. You've got this. I'll do my damnedest to help with the rest.
No i super. Dobra.
One hell of a trip this is turning out to be. Hostiles, ruined worlds, no home in sight. Everyone's getting toasted. There was a 2-hour argument yesterday and no one even knew how it started.
That's not good.
Luckily, I have the perfect way for people to unwind. Movie night.
Brzmi ciekawie.
For a good movie? I could get behind that.
Best part is, it doesn't need to be good. Still get mileage out of the bad ones. It's worth it to jumpstart everyone's pioneer spirit and all that. The Tempest database is pretty dry. Could you download a movie library from Nexus Ops to see what I've got to work with?
If I have time.
Thanks. Everyone will appreciate it.
Fajny pomysł. Można jeszcze z nim pogadać?
Pathfinder, hey, I was wondering, could you put your stamp on a project? It's for me and Jaal
O
to work
kurde,
on.
co chwilę
Call it
coś ma.
diplomacy if you have to put it in a budget bucket. Greenlight that research and it's all good.
Just wondering what you think of how I'm doing at the job.
I'm committed to the initiative. You're Pathfinder. It's as simple as it gets.
We barely covered how you joined. Tell me something about yourself.
Alright, I was a bad student, piss poor cop, great responder. Had a good life, but it all been done. I wasn't looking to start over. I wanted to start big.
You were
Świetne
a cop
zajęcie.
then, crisis response? Couldn't have been long in either.
Didn't have the patience for law, so I figured enforcement. Dad knew it didn't fit before I did, but it got me into hustle. They mostly take vets and retired service. Best years of my life.
You found your place. Not everyone gets that.
I knew it. Glad for it every day. And that led me here.
I jeszcze
Tell me
rodzinę
about your
zapytam.
family.
I miss the hell out of them. Some nights you just cry, right? That's the thing everyone does. Mom Joelle, Dad Calvin, both lawyers. Met on the Citadel, settled on Earth. No brothers or sisters. That might have been too much to leave. It was traditional. How about you?
To definiuje
Traditional is a
tradycyjnie.
weird term for family. Like normal. Who's that describe?
Suppose you're right. I sure didn't keep the tradition. I said goodbye to my mom and dad and got on a ship to Andromeda.
We'll talk later.
Okej.
I know it.
Nie projekt. Tylko ten wieczór to trzeba zrobić. Ale najpierw jeszcze ta wetra nasza.
Oh, hey, Pathfinder. The Pathfinder's there? Let me say hi. Fine, but don't embarrass me. Ryder, this is Sid, my sister. Sid, Ryder.
Let me guess. Little sister?
Who are you calling little? Look, kiddo, gotta go. Wait, Ryder, I just wanted to know if... So I know it feels like I just
Śmieszne.
jumped aboard your ship without explanation.
I would have done the same just to get off the Nexus.
No
That's
właśnie.
not why I came. Sure, I want to explore the galaxy, but I'm really here to work. I know everyone on the crew, even the actuators Gil prefers for the ship. Better, I know how to get my hands on them. With me around, your crew's going to be at their best. We've been failing for months, Ryder. Now that we have you, we have a chance out here.
Pewno potrzeba takich ludzi.
But it sounds like you've got many. Welcome aboard.
Yep, making deals to get the things you want, shooting at the things you don't. That's me. We all have a personal stake in this. If it keeps going the way it's been, we're all dead. I should track down a lead for Gil's actuators. Back channels, you know. We'll chat later?
No na przykład teraz.
Terraforming Atmo processors, gravity wells, life-destroying murder bubbles. We really had no idea what Helios was about, did we?
If we knew what it was all about,
Tak
it
było.
would be an adventure. It would just be moving. And everyone hates moving. Just the packing alone. Ugh.
Point taken. I'm just saying.
Śmiesznie.
I really hope you have a plan, Ryder.
Znaleźć
Plan's
dom.
the same. We find a home.
Już znaleźliśmy w
Whatever
sumie.
that takes.
Na
Keep that
iOS.
drive. Makes me believe we can make it. I mean, we have to make it. The alternative is not even worth thinking about.
Widziałeś
You were on the
powstanie?
Nexus when the revolt happened?
When you promise people golden worlds and all they get are wastelands and a death cloud, they riot. Some wanted to go home, some demanded answers, and a couple just wanted to stir shit up.
And you?
Some days I wondered if the exiles had a point. Maybe we were conned into coming here. But why would the initiative go to all this trouble just to screw us over? The thing about conning people, you always know something they don't. That's why the con works. If I'm going to pick a side, I'm picking the liars.
You talked about your
Nieformalne
back
kanały.
channels. What did you mean?
We brought a lot from home. Some of it marked initiative, some of it personal caches. Most things you want, someone's got. You just have to figure out who, and what they're willing to take in exchange.
It can't be that simple.
Za łatwo brzmi,
Oh,
no.
but it is. Most things are simple once you know the trick to them.
How did you hear of the
Widzicie.
Andromeda initiative?
Short answer, Cash. She was looking for some experimental ship mods, and I knew how to track them down. I thought it was a one-time deal, but she came back. Once, twice. Eventually I figured out something was going on. Something big with creds behind it. I asked and she told me about the initiative. New galaxy, new home. Couldn't pass that up.
You probably have work to do.
Dobra,
You know where to find me.
dobra. Tak samo jak powiedział Ryder, tak samo ja mogę teraz powiedzieć wam. Tylko powiem trochę w inny sposób. Dziękuję za oglądanie. Do 13 razy. Ja się z wami żegnam. Hej.